Explore yourself, develop spiritually, and create a spirit-centered life. Listen in as I bring forth metaphysical, spiritual, magical, and mystical information from my 60 years of intuitive living and 30 plus years of professional service. Welcome to your mystical direction. This is Lisa Bousson.
Welcome everybody. We're going to go ahead and get started. This is the introduction to the metaphysical direction that I'm hoping will take off and be a great resource for everyone else, not just myself, of course, because I get back just as much as you guys do. I will be offering snippets of metaphysical, spiritual, shamanic information that I've gained over the years, like a lot of freaking years, but little snippets. I'm not gonna be they're not classes pretty much, but I'll be talking about different topics because I come from a spiritualist background. That's where some of the information will come from, just so you're aware of that. Spiritualist or spiritualism is a belief system. Spiritualists don't really believe in one God or one master, right? We believe that all masters are valid. So whether you believe in or follow Jesus or Buddha, Kuan Yin, Maitreya, El Noye, it doesn't matter. The spiritualist belief system is a proponent of that, is for you to find your own master and to find your own way, because everybody's way is different. So, and I'm totally a believer in that. However, I follow Jesus. I was never raised Christian. I was raised in, let's try this church and this church and this church and this church, and none of them fit. Let me tell you. But just through circumstances in my own spiritual development, that's what's come about. That Jesus is my dude. Yeah, so you might hear me talk about him once in a while, but it's in no way, shape, or form am I trying to influence you in any way. Absolutely not. Just so you're aware of that. I really believe that no one can tell you what to believe. We can give you information about what's true for us. We can show you what happened that helped us, but no one can live through it but yourself, right? And that's how you find your own pathway. That's how you find your own spirituality. So in the mystical direction, what I'm planning on is offering different topics for you to explore and pick and choose what feels right to you, right? So if I say something to you that I'm not too sure about that, it's a seed that's planted, right? So you might not be too sure about it now, but remember it for future use, because spiritually, developmentally, you may just simply not be on that wavelength, or you might not be ready for it now. But it doesn't mean you can't understand it, or at least let it grow a little seedling for later. All right. I have 15 mystical direction episodes up and planning. Okay. The first one is Who's Out There, which is going to tell you all about who it is that could be connecting with you in the world of spirit. And it's pretty broad, so I'll just go over the quickies and the most common. Next is playing the game. So how do you learn from those spirit around you? And then the 4 magical and mystical directions. Then there's the elementals, the goblin within, the balancing act, sensing impending doom. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, it's not scary. But I tell you how to fix those things, or how to not necessarily prepare for them, but treat them if they happen. Your perfect meditation, knowing other worlds, like your own interaction with the other worlds, animal guides, Creating perfection. Isn't that a toughie? Facing our fears, the angels, angelic hosts, how the yin yang can help you in your own development. And I think that's about it for now. I think that was close to 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yeah, I think so. So a bunch of different topics, but next week we're going to be talking, or 2 weeks from now, we'll be talking about who's out there. So we're talking about the different spiritual guides, ancestors, loved ones, all that kind of stuff, and how you can connect with them yourself. Again, these are informational live broadcasts, but they're not necessarily equipped to give you a whole sense of the topic, for instance. I'm not going to say that they're seeds leading into future classes that I'm offering, because I never know what I'm going to offer until a couple months ahead of time. But there might be, if interest calls, right? I'm always open for people to suggest different classes that they're interested in. And if I get enough call for it, then I go there. On that note, I will be offering a dream interpretation class in May. There's the 4 or 5 weeks in May. And you'll find that on my website. What I often tell people, because so many people say, I don't remember my dreams, or I can't figure them out, or whatever. Well, I'm here to tell you, if you can learn how to interpret dreams, not necessarily your dreams, the symbols in the dreams, you can talk to spirit. Because your symbol library, so to speak, is the same in mediumship as it is in dream interpretation. So you don't have to know how to remember your dreams. You don't have to remember anything, right, about your dreams, because your spirit people will give you the pointers that you're looking for. Yes. All right. I'm not promoting anything. This is a service that I provide. This is a service I provide, the mystical direction. And it's one of the ways to get free readings, because I will be offering a few. I'm going to try for mediumship readings if spirit comes through. But we'll see, right? We'll see. The coffee and company, which will happen whenever I do my face, which will be first thing in the mornings. That's more about psychic stuff. In the mystical direction, next week we're going to be talking about, again, who's out there. We'll be talking, of course, angels, spirit guides, elementals. I'll be discussing some of the things that happen around you in your home, whether they're loved ones or I call them interlopers, right? Not meaning any harm, but interlopers. I won't pretty much be talking about anything evil or demonic or something like that, because I'm a true believer that we do attract that which we are. Now, granted, there are those instances, but very rare, where your house may be like a walkthrough. All right, you might be near a creek or a river, that kind of thing. So I'll be talking about all those things next week and more. All right, so here's where we're going right now, and this is what my intention is for this, is also for you, the viewer, to ask live questions about your own spiritual development. All right, I'm gonna hope that you won't ask for give me a reading, because I absolutely won't choose you then. So keep that in mind. But if you ask questions about your own spiritual development, I would be more than happy to answer those questions, absolutely. And again, as in all mediumship, I never know where the hell I'm going, right? Spirits show up. Spirits show up because they know you're online. So what's going to happen is I will connect with spirit, and I do have a spirit person here. So what I'd like you to do is only comment, please, if you can take all the information given, or 90% of it, all right? So be honest, because if I'm not with you, I'll know. Yeah, there's no sense in trying to grab someone else's reading if it doesn't pertain to you. However, there's always something called cledons, where you can take someone else's message, right? So the height or the appearance of your grandfather may be different than what I'm seeing, but all the rest of the information makes sense. So then own that information that comes through as part of the message, the information, the compassion that your spirit people are sending along to you. That's wonderful. All right. I do have a gentleman here. I have a gentleman and a lady here, but I want to go to the gentleman first because he was first. Okay, so I'm going to be fair. And I do have to be honest with you. I talk to more men in spirit than I do women. And I don't know why that's the case. It just is. So the gentleman I have here, and pardon me for looking down because I'm going to be taking notes so I don't forget. I have a heavy set me in here. Probably 5'10", maybe 5'10", and he's got to be at least 250 pounds. He's got a good belly on him. He does have hair, which he's rather proud of. He's rubbing his hand through his hair, although I do see that he has a deeply receded hairline. So, again, only take what you can. I do believe who's coming through is a father's father, so your paternal grandfather, all right? I do not get a sense that this is someone's father, all right? So if this describes your father, sit back. Don't raise your hand or don't take him. This is a grandpa. Now, I'm also seeing that this person has something to do with a farm or farming, whether he had a farm or he lived on a farm or whatever it is, worked on a farm. And I'm also seeing, I'm being shown in my mind, a large white house, and there's water there. So I feel like I'm on the water, by the water, or something like that. All right. And what's interesting is because if you think about it, it almost feels like kind of almost feels and looks like a southern plantation by the water. Yeah. So just think about that. So if you can take this older man, heavy set, balding or deeply receded hairline, and then there's either farming or plantation or something like that going on with him, okay? So if you can take that, let me know. Okay, Diane, you can take all of it. Okay, so stay with me, Diane. Because this is live, I'll get the replies pretty quick. So all I really need from you is yes, no, I don't know, or I don't really care, whatever. All right, now, Diane Warner, too. Okay, so there's a few of you. So now I have like a piece of information from him that is a little bit cryptic, and I just get a sense about either separations in the family or someone was kicked out of the family or something like that. He's not going into a lot of detail here. However, I do get a sense of there being people in the family that are not well known or have moved away because they've either had to or they were kind of kicked out of the family. Now, one of the other things I'm seeing from him is water. Water inside, hang on. So I've got a couple Dianes that are recognizing this, and so I do feel like there's water inside, so either water damage inside or water inside, something like that, okay? So I almost get what I'm seeing, it looks like water running down a wall or water running down something white or light, all right? So just be aware of that, please. And usually when they talk about this, it's not happened yet, but it's probably looking like happening. He's also he's saying Joe Schmo, Joe Schmo. So there might be a Joe reference in the family or just around you because he said Joe Schmo. Now also, okay, so he's talking to me about a little boy in the family that he follows around like a little puppy. Grandpa does, follows the little boy around like a puppy. And I'm seeing, he's talking to me about this little boy making great strides, is what he's telling me. And he talks about the boy, whether in school or academics or sports or whatever it is, he's showing me him shooting up. Shooting up is not necessarily his physical growth, although it could be, but shooting up as in his ability and his awareness. And it's like things are catching, things are clicking. All right? So Diane, I hope this happened quite a while ago, or hope that this happens in the future, but I feel like this clicking with the little boy, as you saw it starting quite a while ago, like probably a year ago, but he's really starting to catch up and really accelerate and keep up and probably even surpass where he's at. Okay? Yeah. Yes. Yes, you're right, Diane. Thank goodness. Yeah. So don't worry about this. I'm hearing that eventually he will bring up himself to where he needs to be, and he'll be okay. He'll be okay. You know, I think really the gist of what Grandpa's saying about that, about the little guy, is that, you know what, we all have our strengths and we all have our weaknesses. Boy, I'll tell you that. And what I'm seeing is that in both of those areas, or in all of those areas, you will see, Diane, him accelerating. So that's good. Very good. All right. Thank you, Diane Warner, for admitting that this wasn't you. There you go. See how that happens? Very easy, right? But keep in mind, everybody, remember I said you might have a cleat on here. You might have the information that comes makes perfect sense to you, but maybe not the person, right? So take what fits. Because I can tell you what, 100% surety that your loved ones around you too, passing along these little tidbits of information for you. Yes. All right. So I want to get to the woman that's here as well. She's a very lovely lady. I would say she liked being put together. Let me put it that way. Like, she always had her lipstick on. Her hair was always done. I don't necessarily see anything else, but this lady's pretty old. I'm going to say probably 85 anyways, right? So she's pretty old. But I'm seeing her, yeah, her nails are done. Her lips are done. Her hair is done. So she always tries to keep, okay, hang on, she's correcting me. So she might do her own hair, right? But her hair is always done. All right. Now, the woman's probably about 5'5" on the lean side. Not gaunt, but on the lean side. She is telling me, however, that she did get gaunt before she passed away. I don't feel like it's disease-based thinness or weight loss. I feel more as if it is just old age, right? She's not eating as much, or she has stopped eating. Now, here's the thing. If you can take her, again, if you can take this little grandma, and I do feel like it's on Mom's side of the family, if you can take her, please let me know. One of the things I'm getting is she's throwing a couple names at me. Now, keep in mind, this could be you, this could be her, it can be relatives in your family, okay? So one of them, she's giving me Eileen or Ellen or something like that. So I'm getting an LN, Eileen, Ellen, that kind of thing. Helen, all right? And then I'm also getting from her a Doris or Dorothy or Doreen, something D-O-R, okay? Now, she's showing me also, what do you mean? Dorothy. Shyla, what's your grandmother's name? Or what's the name you understand? Let me put it that way. So I'm waiting for Shyla to write that. Jason, and the 5 floods you've experienced in the last 6 months. So again, what I said earlier, make sure that you understand that the information could make sense to you. What about them is I'm kind of getting a sense that there's something wrong that you're not seeing, obviously, right? So it almost feels like, and I don't know if this is a basement or whatever's flooding, but I'm getting a sense that you're going to have to crack down and put the money out and really do it right the first time. Or do it right finally, okay? So unfortunately. Grandmother, yes, okay. No, her name is not Ruth. The names I got, yes, Helen, okay. And Mom's sister, Dorothy, yes. Okay, so Tara, I think I'm with you, honey. All right. All right, so you got the names Helen, Dorothy, yes. Okay, her name is Carol. Possibly, Shyla. And the only reason why is because my mom's name is Carol. But I don't have all the other names. So anyway, so yeah, so Tara and Shyla, listen in, please. All right, so this lady would be a grandmother. Again, she's 5'5"-ish, mid-80s at least. She has her hair done. She's very nice. She's put together is what. And I feel like she's pretty proper. And she's talking to me about, this is kind of funny because her personality is coming through, and I do get a sense of her being or having a quiet sense of humor, but I do feel like every once in a while she would pass some zingers on by you, and you'd have to think, wait, what did you say? That's what I'm picking up for her. And she just talks about the hijinks that are in the family. So the whole family's kind of teasers, which is always a good thing, I think, as long as it's not mean teasing. I'm also seeing she has a box, and I feel like it's an old-fashioned jewelry box. I can't tell if it's yellow or brownish or whatever, but that's or gold. That's what it looks like. And out of it, she takes this necklace or a bracelet. It's a chain. And it has a heart on it, like a gold or a silver heart, a metal heart. So I don't know if that has anything to do with a jewelry that you have of hers, or even something that you have that she's aware of. All right? So I almost feel like it's a medallion or something that she is aware that you now have, and that you rightly should have. Okay? So she's really happy about that. She's also talking to me about you in your own life putting on the brakes and reassessing where you're going. So this is just her vision she's giving me. It's kind of like a movie. She's showing me you driving a car, and then I come to this fork in the road, and I don't know which way to go. The thing is, there is no right direction, is what she's saying. There's choices, and you're always given a choice, always. If you should decide down the road that maybe that choice wasn't the best one for you, then turn around, go back, and take the other fork. There's no wrong move here. That's the thing. Even if you find that the fork in the road that you took probably wasn't the best, so keep searching. There's nothing wrong with searching, right? If you do find yourself on a weird road or something that you don't quite understand fits, give it some time, she's saying. And she's also talking about standing your ground for a bit and making sure that you are the one who's making those decisions on which fork you're taking, not someone else. All right? So I almost get a sense that this could have to do with career and or family/household decisions. Yeah, so good luck to you with that. All right. So my kids, yes. Again, a couple mediumship readings. I never know who's coming through. Really, it's determined by me raising my vibration and then spirit being able to tune into my radio station. And that's how it happens. So in 2 weeks, so that will be, what's today, the 12th? The 26th. What you need to do then is a couple days prior to that, start talking to your loved ones that you want to come through. And the likelihood is much greater then. Again, watch for these mystical directions. Next week, again, I'm talking all about those who are in spirit. And then keep watching for the coffee and company where in the morning I'm trying to do before 9 o'clock, which is very difficult for me because I usually look like the wreck of the Hesperus, honestly. So it's not real often that I'm up and running around, but I might be in my car, I might be on the road, I might be in a restaurant, I don't know where I'm going to be. But that's all about psychic readings, which happens to be about your past, present, and future regarding little things that you're going through in your life, right? There you go. So my kids, have a wonderful week. Take care, my peeps. Love you all. Bye-bye.